gets in the way, everything should go smoothly.
The shadow?
Yeah.
You in the very back! What do you think you're doing?
Oh, he touched a sheet of the paper. Oh, he touched a sheet of the paper.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's React. I'm Kenny and this is Montana.
And today we're going to be reacting to episode 4 of Death Note, Pursuit.
Things have been getting intense very quickly in this series. We now have Light and L trying to figure out each other's identities. Ryuk asking Light if he wanted to trade half of his remaining lifespan to have his eyes.
I mean, my thoughts are really all over the place, but the main thing is whether or not he's going to take this deal. That's the big fork in the road right now.
Maybe he doesn't now, will later. Who knows? But it would make things a lot easier. But maybe he'll be against rash decisions now that he has had it bite him in the ass one time.
Ready, guys?
Let's do this! Leroy!
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you're excited for Death Note to be our new series moving forward every Sunday and Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to see episodes early, these episodes are all posted to Patreon in their extended uncut forms right now, along with the entirety of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and Attack on Titan. All right, are we excited for episode 4 of Death Note?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.
Dunderheads, this video was brought to you by the incredible members of the Let's React Patreon. If you want access to a ton of exclusive perks, check out the link in the description below. Have a good day, Twinkle Toes!
The price for having a Shinigami's eyes is half of that person's remaining lifespan. That's all it is.
And then I'll get the eyes.
What'll it be like? Is it a deal?
I wonder if he takes it. I really could go either way.
Has anyone seen Ryuk around lately? Maybe he was serious about losing his death note.
It was probably picked up by some human before he could get to it.
No way! Then he'd be stuck there till the end of that human's life or until the death note was destroyed. That could take a while.
I actually heard he was carrying 2 death notes. Seriously, why would he need 2?
Beats me. I'll never understand that guy.
So, the price for receiving the eyes of a Shinigami is no more than half of my remaining lifespan? That's it, right?
Yes. Well then, do we have a deal or not?
This deal is out of the question.
Huh?
Ah. He can't do it.
He says it's out of the question, it's obvious, when
It wasn't.
it doesn't
Get
make
this straight.
any sense that it
My
would be
plan is to
obvious.
create an ideal new world free from evil and all criminals, and I intend to reign as a god in that world for a very long time. I might consider the deal if it lengthened my life, but not if I die sooner. I figured you, of all people, should know I wouldn't take this deal.
Yeah. I still felt I should tell you that the deal existed just in case. Anyway, I've done my part. I don't need you complaining I didn't tell you this earlier on.
This is what you call telling me early on? Don't you think you're a little late? I don't see why you couldn't have told me this when we met.
He's not the slightest bit daunted by the fact that I'm a Shinigami. He doesn't suck up to me, and he seems to have no problem giving me a hard time.
Yeah, he's not afraid of him at all.
No.
You sure there's nothing else you want to tell me ahead of time? Shinigami?
No, nothing else.
When did he say it like that?
Probably.
Really?
He's roasting him.
That's
Yeah.
too bad.
What do you mean?
Wait, what did he say?
Probably.
Shinigami?
No, nothing else. Probably.
Really? That's too bad.
What do you mean?
You know, Ryuk, I might have seriously considered the deal if you'd offered me wings instead of eyes. Just the idea of flying around freely in the sky sounds very godlike. After all, it's been mankind's dream since antiquity to be able to fly.
You'd stand out if you sprouted wings and flew around. Not to mention the police would have no trouble finding you.
I was only joking. Anyway, if I keep bargaining for eyes and wings and whatever else, next thing you know I'm gonna end up becoming a real Shinigami. Though, who knows? I bet that could
Called
be
it.
pretty interesting.
That's what I'm
I
thinking.
wouldn't
That might
worry.
happen.
Even without the eyes and the wings, you're already a worthy Shinigami. The Shinigami realm is slowly rotting. We lead meaningless and empty lives. And the only reason we still take human lives is because we're afraid to die ourselves. The truth of the matter is that we no longer even know why we exist. What I'm saying is, compared to that, you're becoming a much more impressive Shinigami.
I don't know about that. I mean, from what you're telling me, it
Interesting.
sounds like I'm doing a lot more work than they are, but I don't want to be compared to a Shinigami. I wouldn't necessarily say that the Shinigami realm is meaningless to humans either.
Why do you say that?
Well, just think about it. Whenever a Shinigami like you comes to the human world once every 100, no, more like every 1,000 years, the human world changes dramatically. The existence of the Shinigami realm is extremely significant.
Oh.
Really?
You told me just now that the Shinigami realm is
He sounds
slowly rotting,
surprised.
right? Well, when you return from this world, why not use what you've learned here to try and change it for the better?
Well, Light, I'm not sure why I never noticed this until now, but you're quite the positive thinker.
Yeah, of course I am. That's why I'm using the Death Note to create a better world. You have to be a positive thinker to even attempt something like this.
What? He has so many different, like, tones
That's
and
it.
personalities. Like,
I got it.
Got what? What's this about?
I think I just figured out how to find the name of the guy who was following me today.
How are you gonna do that?
I'm gonna use the rules of the Death Note to my advantage. I already know that if I write down a cause of death, I've got 6 minutes and 40 seconds to record the conditions and exact time of death. First, I need to know exactly how far I can go in terms of specifying the details of death.
how?
Yeah, it's me. Another 6 inmates were found dead last night? All were heart
I'm
attacks?
so confused.
Yeah,
It's him.
I guess we'll find out.
What? Bizarre behavior before they died? Could you be more specific? What do you mean? So they didn't just die from heart attacks?
Trying to bait
What I'm
this
saying
guy,
is
the
they
guy who
all
holds
died of
Elle's
heart
laptop.
attacks, but it
Oh,
wasn't
wait,
quite
no,
that
I was.
simple. Before one of them died, he drew a pentagram on the wall of his cell using his own blood. Another left a letter, but it doesn't seem to be a will or anything meaningful. And as for the third victim, he escaped from his cell and ran all the way to the staff bathrooms before he died.
So if he specifies for the person to do something,
Yeah, I think maybe it's just a red herring to get Elle's attention to draw out the guy so we can see him.
I'm sending you a copy of a letter as well as pictures taken at the scene.
Okay. It sounds like he was afraid that Kira would find him. It's believable that our victim might have been genuinely afraid and wrote this, but we know Kira can control the time of death. What if he can also determine the actions in the moments leading up to death?
Oh,
In
boy.
which case...
Chief,
that's a big leap.
Huh?
We can't release details of these men's deaths to the media. As far as they're concerned, these are just heart attacks. I have reason to believe that Kira was performing some kind of test using these criminals. And if that's the case, we'd only be giving him the results if this information is leaked to the public.
Right, I understand.
Huh.
So now
But he's gonna read
experimenting
about
with his
it
victims?
in.
Horrible.
The police text.
Yeah.
We'll see what he does with it.
So now he's experimenting on his victims? Horrible.
He's
That's
playing with
fucked.
people's lives as if all this was just a game. It's unforgivable.
If Kira is really using criminals as test subjects, what is he trying to achieve?
Look at this, Ryuk.
Yep.
I think we're in luck. The results of yesterday's little test have already been downloaded onto my dad's computer. And these results are just as I expected. The Death Note will work for what I have in mind.
What do you mean by that?
One of them escaped and ran into the bathroom I had specified in the Death Note. Another one drew the same symbol I had drawn in the Death Note before he died. And finally, a third wrote the same letter I had written in the Death Note, word for word. All 3 did exactly what I intended them to do. For the other 3 inmates, I purposely wrote conditions that were virtually impossible. With the first one, I wrote that he would die in front of the Eiffel Tower in 1 hour. However,
Oh.
everyone knows that it's physically impossible to go from a prison in Japan to Paris, France in only 1 hour. Since this couldn't happen, he simply died of a heart attack in prison. The next was supposed to draw an exact picture of Elle's face on the prison wall. This also didn't happen. You can't draw someone you've never seen, right?
Makes sense.
With the last one, I
Okay.
tried something slightly different. I specified that he would write a note that read, "I know that Elle is suspicious of the Japanese police." To be honest, I actually expected this one to work, but it didn't end up happening. Which means, it's impossible to make someone write what they don't already know. Or, at the very least, it has to be the kind of thing that they could come up with on their own. Basically, even the Death Note can't do the impossible. But, as long as it's within the realistic limits of what that person might do, I can control them as much as I want before they die.
Okay.
That's very clever.
That was smart.
Yeah.
What's all this leading to? What's the point?
These latest victims will no doubt keep L and the police guessing. Even as we speak, he's probably trying to decipher all the clues I left for him, especially that little note. That absolutely meaningless dying message.
If Kira used those criminals to conduct an experiment of some sort, it means he's about to start something. If he moves now, there's a good chance that the FBI
This
will
is so
notice someone
cool.
acting suspiciously. But perhaps he has a...
We're locked in.
Ah.
But like it's almost.
Oh my god, this is so good.
Yeah, it's
Okay, so the location experiment makes sense that it has to be like feasible within the laws of the universe.
Yeah.
So it's like if it's not possible, it just goes back to like the base normal unspecified thing.
Yeah, which does make it so that were he to find somebody that knew who L was and was like, this person will write L's name on the wall before he dies, if that ended up in the police report, then he would know L's name. The rabbit hole continues to deepen. But I don't think L's gonna be deterred by this little fake note. I feel like he's gonna see it. He's so smart.
Yeah.
And so hot. Oh my god.
Kenny,
Ready?
don't be mean.
Could the pentagram and this letter be some kind of message? Is this it?
Alright, time for the real thing.
Yeah, he said it was meaningless.
Yesterday
but
on the news, they said this drug addict tried to rob a bank but was unsuccessful. He attacked a few people and then ran away empty-handed. I'll use him. It's kinda last minute, but I'm sure I can find someone. I got a few people in mind.
A few people? For what?
You'll see. Believe it or not, I'm actually a rather popular guy. What do you...
No way.
Hello? Light? Morning.
All right. So he has a friend.
Mm-hmm.
He's still following me.
Oh.
Perfect. This whole thing would just be a waste of time if he wasn't tailing me.
Why is he following just him?
oh, she's gonna ask for his name. She's gonna like ask him out.
Well, maybe.
It's a
They're
date,
going
no
on a
matter how
date.
you look at it. And I'm sure even my stalker will see it that way.
But this isn't just a date, is it? You said that you'd figured out a way to find your stalker's name. So tell me, what do you plan on doing?
I mean, maybe she's gonna ask, but
Didn't you see what I wrote in the death note? I explained it in great detail.
No. Doing that would take all the fun out of it.
In that case, just be patient and watch.
Ryuk is just us.
Sorry, did I keep you waiting?
No, not at all. Anyway, I haven't been to Spaceland since junior high. I'm so excited. And the best part is I have you all to myself.
Yeah.
Psych.
During the week, he goes to school and cram school at night. Dates on his day off. A normal kid, just a hardworking senior in high school. Chief Yagami's son, Light Yagami. No cause for suspicion.
All right.
At any rate, I'll be done with my surveillance today, and that'll be it.
Dang, Light could have just not done anything and been fine.
Wow.
I don't get it, Light. Didn't you say you weren't going out until entrance exams were over?
That was before I scored #1 on the national practice exams.
Oh, you're such a nerd.
Where are we going? Road trip. The music has been great in this
really
series.
good.
A lot of people say a lot of the budget went into the music.
Yeah, you can tell.
It's quality. It really makes a series. Like Attack on Titan without its music would not be Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Same with Full Metal. They all have their own distinct tones. Oh. That's the guy from the bank robbery.
Mm-hmm.
He's here.
He specified for him to die on this bus?
7 passengers excluding him, no one's in the way, everything should go smoothly.
What?
What? Whoa.
Stay in your seats unless you want to die.
A Busjacking? You gotta be kidding me.
Everybody shut up! If anybody moves, I'm putting a bullet in their head.
What?
All right,
What's his
driver.
plan?
You listen to me. I know you've got the number for Spaceland's office on you. Call them. Have a female staff member bring all of Spaceland's cash from yesterday. I know it's there. Have them meet us 2 bus stops from the park. And don't make me wait. If you mess with me at all, or try to get the police involved, I swear I'll kill every one of these passengers.
Holy shit.
Whoa. What?
Yuri, don't be scared. As soon as he turns around, I'm going to grab the gun out of his hand.
Don't be stupid. That's risky. If it comes to that, I'll take care of it. It's okay. We don't have to pass notes back and forth. As long as we keep it down, he won't be able to hear our voices over the sound of the engine.
This guy's a great actor too.
Proof that you're not his accomplice. Why should we trust you?
Accomplice?
Yes, I've read about this before. The first hijacker comes in like he's working alone. Meanwhile, a second one pretends to be a hostage and stays in the very back just in case something goes wrong.
I have no choice. I'm sure Light Yagami isn't Kira. If he was, he could just kill this guy with a heart attack. Here's my proof.
Boy.
Take a look.
His name!
FBI? I see. L needed an outsider, so we got the FBI to investigate anyone connected to the Japanese police. His name is Ray Penber.
This...
I trust you. And I guess for the time being, I won't bother asking what an FBI agent is doing on the bus in the first place. Do you have a gun?
Yeah.
He's so smart.
So if it comes down to it, I can rely on you, right?
Oh my god.
Shut the hell up, you old hag! You want me to shoot you right now?
That's right. This guy. His face was all over the local news just a few days ago. Some junkie. He tried to rob a bank, ended up killing 3 people before he got away.
We're safe. He won't shoot us. In fact, he's not gonna do anything.
Don't move, you little punk! What the hell is that? Smartass!
What is
You
it?
guys were planning
The
something back
note?
here, weren't you?
Damn it. If he sees that note from before, he'll find out
The
the light was
FBI
planning to
agent's
jump
gonna
him and
shoot
take his
him?
gun away.
Yeah.
Plans for a date, huh? Stupid kid.
Gotcha.
What? Ryuk? Or...
What?
Oh, did you see that though? The shadow?
Yeah.
You in the very back! What do you think you're doing?
Oh, he touched a sheet of the paper. Oh, he touched a sheet of the paper.
What's this? You're talking to me?
What?
So you mean you can actually see me right now?
He saw a piece. He touched a piece of the
Oh
book.
my god.
Keep away from me, you freak!
This isn't good. He's hallucinating.
Everyone, get down!
And he's gonna shoot him.
Oh my god.
Oh, I get it. That little note that Light accidentally dropped was actually torn from the pages of the Death Note itself. Since he tricked this guy into touching
Wow.
the paper, he's the only other one on the bus who can see me. That's so smart.
Get away!
Oh.
Can't
He's
damage
gonna
him.
start shooting.
Yeah.
And so now it's self-defense.
Oh my god.
Anyone who touches the Death Note can see me. I have to stay till the Death Note is finished, or I see you die, whichever comes first. And the Shinigami can't die from being shot. I've said all these things at one time or another. Well, he is the top-ranked student in the country. Guess I shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, he took all the details. That was
Hijacking
genius.
is a way to get the guy following him to willingly give up his name.
That was so smart, bro. Now he dies.
Oh my god.
Wow. Light is a genius.
He's like the definition of quadruple dipping.
Everything went just as I planned.
Oh.
Kiichiro Osore.
Hold on. We gotta take a moment here. Oh my god.
Setting up a hijacking so you can accuse the guy trailing you of being a second hijacker so that you can get his name from his badge as he proves he's not the second hijacker.
And you know where he's from and who he's hiring to be a part of the investigation. And he avoids suspicion.
Because otherwise he would have just died of a heart attack, but he didn't. He got hit by a car. So it obviously wasn't him. So it obviously couldn't be Light.
Oh my god.
Holy
Genius.
shit.
Genius.
Everything went just as I planned.
That's crazy.
Kiichiro Osoreda, accidental death. Boards the 11:31 Spaceland-bound bus near the eastern entrance to the park, holding a loaded gun and attempts to hijack the bus. He sees a horrific phantom and empties his gun trying to kill it. Terrified, he flees the bus. Immediately afterwards, at 11:45, he dies when struck by a car.
Wow.
The Death Note never fails.
That was cool.
You
Whoa.
will be next, Ray Penber.
And he's done.
Yeah, game over. Hell yeah.
Wow. That was episode 4 of Death Note.
Mr. Ray Penber, turn around and you're dead. I am Kira.
Why is he?
That's right. Don't turn around or put your hands in your pockets. I won't hesitate to kill you here.
Holy crap. What are your first thoughts?
That was incredible. Every episode, Light is just showing another level of his unbelievable forethought and planning.
It's ridiculous. Not only to think like, okay, date that leads to a bus will take this guy who needs to die and craft this story that loops in my stalker. And you already worded it, but that was unbelievable. I can't wait to see where it goes from here. We're going to discuss it further, but please make sure to hit like, comment, and subscribe down below if you enjoyed that episode and are excited for more episodes coming every Sunday and Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't wait and want to see these episodes right now, they are all posted to Patreon and they're extended uncut forms. We have a lot to discuss. Before we do that, where are we headed?
All right, let's review.
All right, question 1. Brosenthal UO asks, we've now seen Light's intelligence in action and how he was able to bend the rules and powers of the Death Note and manipulate people socially to outsmart his enemies. Did you expect this level of planning from Light? And what other ways might he exploit the rules we've seen so far?
I didn't. I feel like I had a pretty good idea of how smart he was, but the planning and the overlap aspect to me was what was really impressive, because it's the ultimate like work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
Because if you can use the power of like being able to perfectly manipulate a situation to like knock 8 things off your to-do list at once, you're gonna be so powerful.
Yeah.
And because it's all so interwoven, it's kind of impossible to prove or even track, you know?
Yeah, and like the way that it's 3 steps removed too, like
Exactly.
the way that it's just, it makes it hard to track. And like, I think we've only scratched the surface of what Light's forethought can do, considering this was his first try. Like, I feel like he can get way, way, way more specific. It's pretty terrifying, the lengths that he's going to here. And I'm excited to see how he continues to exploit the rules. All right, let's go to question 2.
All right, Exhausted asks, Ray says he had planned to write Light off as a suspect before the events of the busjacking. What do you think would have happened had Light not intervened at all? What do you think will happen now that he has?
It is interesting that they made a point to make it so that Light would have been off the hook no matter what the next night. I don't know what really will change now that he has. Like, I don't know if that Ray is really gonna suspect Light because Light was fine. Like, we heard his internal dialogue and he sat and he showed his badge. Like, it feels like he's starting to not really think of Light as a threat. I guess the only thing I can think of is maybe he's like, hey, you're pretty quick on your feet, Light. We could use you to be an informant in the school if you see anybody that's Kira. Like,
interesting.
Like,
I was thinking it was more of a Walt Whitman situation, like in Breaking Bad, where he's...
Oh, okay, you're right. I thought you were trying to say Walter White and said Walt
No,
you're right.
Like, you know that, no.
I think it's a Walt Whitman.
You know the specific
The guy who made
scene
Math?
where Hank is like, WW.
Yeah.
Like, Walter, what? Could this be Walter White? And
Yeah.
he's like, oh, you got me. And like, in that moment, it completely exonerated him because it was like, oh, so casual, so funny, haha, didn't even think about it. But then looking back on it, it was like
In
one of the
conjunction,
major
yeah.
pieces that clicked into place. And had that not happened, it probably
Like he'll just
like
so
one of the
happen to be
pieces
there
would have been
one
missing
too many times, and they'll be like,
exactly.
so this could by on its own not be that bad, but in conjunction.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be interesting to see. All right, let's go to our final question. SDH asks, what do you make of the fact that, despite his high opinion of himself, Light actively choosing not to take additional powers, the eyes, when they were offered to him, saying it was out of the question?
Yeah, I mean, it's the conflicting parts of the character personality, right? Like there's the seeking of power, but then there's also wanting to experience the benefits of your hard work. And those are just kind of competing at that point. And I feel like his God complex probably fueled the idea of like, why would I ever want to shorten my time living in my perfect world as a god? Like, that's stupid. Who would do that? And then secondarily, there was probably some, I don't need the eyes. I can do it anyway because I'm a genius.
Yeah, you know what? It felt too easy almost.
Yeah.
And
it's like offering someone who's like a professional biker training wheels.
That's
like,
true.
Why? No.
And he also said, what, if I do that and then I get the wings, I'll become a Shinigami. Is that what you want? Like, I feel like maybe like that's kind of the end game of Death Note, is turning you into one of those.
Maybe.
But maybe not. But that is where we are left for this episode. Thank you for watching. And are we excited for episode 5 of Death Note Tactics?
Can't wait.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.